Hello and welcome to another episode of the Daily Dollar. I'm Adam. He's Hami on the Hoopstradamus hotline. And you know, I guess they were right, man. Vegas was right. That Sixers game was a trap game.
What a big! Well, I mean, like just the Grizzlies can play, man. I mean, all these teams can play, obviously, but the Grizzlies, I mean, like it's the nature of the season. It's just a very weird year, and fans and anything. I mean, I feel like I would not doubt that the Sixers would win if it was a full, packed house, right?
I mean, I just don't really understand, like the Sixers or the Nets, interchangeably are the number one team in the East. And you got your guy who was in the MVP race not so long ago playing. I don't know.
It feels like it was so long ago.
It does.
History feels so long ago.
Yeah, and maybe he's still adjusting back in, but I mean, he's been playing the best basketball of his career. So I don't.
This was the second game.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the box score now.
And we're talking about Doc Rivers, of course.
Oh, well, scratch that. I didn't see that game yesterday. Did you?
The Sixers. No, I didn't watch it. I only watched I watched very little yesterday. I watched a little bit of the Bulls. Nice dub. Nice dub for the Bulls. I hate saying dub. I don't know why I said that, but nice W for the Bulls.
Well, we'll edit this out of the podcast, but Joel Embiid did not play. I just checked that, so that makes more sense that they lost then. But I'm a little confused.
Yeah, you don't have to edit out. Yeah. So we didn't know.
I guess sometimes we make mistakes.
We didn't watch the game.
We didn't watch the game.
We're posers.
We are.
I'm fine with it.
We are.
It's good to be complacent about something like that.
Yeah, I mean, when we're looking at the lines prematurely,
we assumed that you'd be playing.
We assumed you'd be playing.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was Easter.
So
all right,
close.
We're with our families. Give us a break.
I have no excuse. I don't celebrate Easter.
All right. Well,
I was busy yesterday, so yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like
it's Sunday. People feel sluggish sometimes. The Sixers might have been a little sluggish. I was a little sluggish yesterday. Playing basketball. I didn't have any vaccine dose or anything. That was a while ago.
Okay.
But maybe that's part of it. Maybe 2 weeks after that Sunday or whatever, you get a little sluggish. Maybe it happens. I don't know.
That's what they say. On the fifth day, when the first light shines, Gandalf the White.
The first full moon after the vaccine, yeah, after your second dose.
Yeah, and then you might start to experience some interesting side effects, such as wanting to howl at the moon, wanting to hunt humans at night. A lot of people experience a lot of abnormal hair growth, and some people's bones even mutate a little bit to become more canine-like. It's a lot of very strange side effects.
I think I'd like to be a vampire guy, though.
You'd rather be a vampire than a werewolf?
I'd love to be a vampire, yeah. I want to be a vampire sometime. Maybe Halloween.
I mean, it does seem like vampires get a lot of ass, and that's key.
What if we brought out the vampire stuff back for another holiday? Maybe Memorial Day?
I think that would make sense. Maybe Patriots Day? Is Patriots Day, is that a holiday? Or is that
Let's just suck all the blood of all the freedom fighters, all the military. I shouldn't call them freedom fighters. I should give them a little respect. The military, they're the United States military, of course, colonizing every part of the world.
Well, I think National Comcast Day, where we suck the blood of our customers. We just have everyone mail a vial of blood to Xfinity.
And we could sell it.
Right.
Harvest it, sell it.
Perfect.
We can give it to governments. That'd be great.
Yeah. Pay in blood. Xfinity. That's what they say. Anyway, the Utah Jazz.
I think that's going to be the future, paying in blood. That's going to be our future very soon.
Are you telling me you don't mail?
I'm not talking metaphorically, like you're dying for you have to pay you have to die, right, to pay. No, I'm saying that you literally you donate blood.
Are you telling me that you don't already send blood to Xfinity every month? I thought I was getting a discount every month because I send them a vial of my blood.
Yeah, I think that's the things that you are ahead of the game already.
Okay. So Vlad on the phone, this is a real promotion. Vlad wasn't just – he had a very thick, sounded like maybe Transylvanian accent. He said, "Mail me a vial of your blood. It's all fine. It's going to take $20 off your Xfinity bill." The weird thing is I haven't seen any money taken off my Xfinity bill, but
Oh no, no, Brad is very much he's very much a loyal customer service guy. He's part of our team, and yeah, like I'm totally not the manager or supervisor at Xfinity right now. I'm trying to get you to be a vampire so you can sell stuff to us, sell stuff for me so I can make more money.
Oh man. All right, let's get into some of these games here. That's enough nonsense for now, lads. We got the Dallas Mavericks hosting the Utah Vlads. Enough nonsense for now, Vlads. Well done. Uh, we got the Jazz visiting the Mavericks, and that's an interesting one. The Jazz.
That's a really good one. I'm surprised you went there immediately because that's like the best game tonight.
Yeah, that's it. That's at the top of the list here on DraftKings, which is what I'm going off of right now. So the Jazz are 5-point favorites. The over under is 222 and a half. And yeah, this seems like it could be a really good game. I think it might be the game of the night. I mean, everyone's going to be watching the national championship, but the Mavericks have really turned it around as of late. They're all the remember when we were talking about how, oh, are they going to get 500? Are they going to have a bad year? Well, they're 27 and 21 now, so they've certainly recovered.
Yeah, the Mavericks have been nice. They've had a pretty nice season, all things considered.
Yeah,
but the Jazz are having a very much nicer season.
Yeah, it's weird because last year the Mavs had that historically good offense, and
yeah,
frankly, it's still been good, but it's not even close, to the offense it was last year. But their defense is a lot better.
I have a question. I wonder how different, in terms of offensive rating and those kind of advanced stats. I don't know if those even count as advanced stats, but more advanced stats. I wonder how much the shot clock changing from 14 or whatever after a rebound. I wonder how much that changed.
That's a good question.
Like that kind of inflates some certain stats.
I think it definitely makes it. Maybe you get more points.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get more points per game, and you're averaging more points, and I don't know, because rebounding, I'm starting to look like rebounding. I feel like it shouldn't be looked at as some necessarily an individual stat unless someone's this incredible rebounder, individual guy.
That's a good point.
Because it's all about boxing out, right? So people box out for other teammates can get boards.
Yeah, especially good teams.
Yeah, so I think if we talk about rebounds, it should be looked at through team.
Well, we can do that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I guess that's just an extra step in trying to find the. Because when you're looking at a player, you're just oh, he's averaging this many rebounds. Because some of these players, some people who you would think would be really good rebounders, they'll probably get just maybe 6 a game. Nothing too crazy, right? I think that also could be because of the outside shot, right? Pace of play and outside shot. Apparently, pace of play was faster in the 80s.
Oh yeah, kind of a run and gun. And you watch some of those old Celtics and Lakers teams. They get up and down.
They were definitely that. But aside from those teams, because we both know those teams are really fast, and the Celtics might be a little more half court oriented, but they're still pretty fast. They ran pretty fast, or they play fast. But a team like I was gonna say Atlanta, but I probably Dominique Wilkins is a gunner too. He's a runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who else could be I'm trying to think of some team that wouldn't be playing because even the Bulls were pretty they weren't super fast, right?
They were definitely
later, they later in the 80s, but when Jordan was in his first 2 or 3 years, right? 1986.
I haven't seen enough first few years Jordan, but watching that
I know because when you watch that 62-point game, the Bulls don't play they just play pretty slow.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're playing the 70s style.
Yeah, we'll have to watch some of those old Pistons games maybe. But the Jazz,
I imagine they probably picked up their pace when they had all those battles against them.
But speaking of rebounds, the Jazz should have a major edge on the glass though, because that made me curious. And they're the best rebounding team in the NBA, 48.2. Looking at team stats for your recommendation.
The Jazz. People people are they're already calling them the 2015 Hawks, even though the playoffs haven't come yet. And it just makes me just like it makes me think like, so you're saying that you can't be too good in the regular season? Like, is that what we're doing now?
I mean, I guess because they don't have any superstars,
they don't have
right?
A true superstar, right?
Yeah.
They don't have that guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, who's to say that Mike Conley can't be their Mr. Fourth Quarter? You know?
I mean, they have strength in numbers. They have a lot of guys who can do it. Conley, Clarkson, Mitchell, Bogey.
Yeah.
Like those are all
guys like Ingles who are like very good, like energy kind of players.
Yeah. And Rudy Gobert is a defensive superstar. I mean,
yeah, man, I'm really curious to see like when they get challenged, Utah. Maybe if it's round 2 or something.
Round 2 and they lose to the Nuggets.
So yeah, that's what I would like to see. I want to see either Utah and Phoenix in round 2 or Utah and Denver for that rematch.
Yeah.
And then, have the Lakers, Clippers, and Suns. Like that will be, the first 2 rounds of the West. It's going to be vital, man. That's going to be very interesting.
Well, what about today? We got Mavs, Jazz.
I got the Jazz winning 103-99.
Ooh, did the aliens get you there? You got It sounded like you got sucked into a vortex. Someone's spraying you?
Someone's spraying at me. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Sounds like someone's like spraying Windex at me or something.
Yeah, it sounded quite strange. I think you sound better now. That was alarming. Say that score again.
103-99.
Interesting. So you think it's going to be way lower scoring than typical?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a defensive grind today. Yeah.
Well, the Mavericks average 112 points a game. The Jazz average 117.
That's fun.
Both teams have a pretty good defense. And so I'm going to bring the Jazz down to about 112. And that Jazz defense is always so tight. I think they'll make it. I'm going to go 112, 106. So Utah wins and they barely cover the spread. But frankly, this is one I'd stay away from for you gamblers out there. I think it could go either way. I could see it where the Mavs win the game just because they are getting it together. They're on a nice little win streak right now. They've won 4 in a row. Not all those are against great teams, but those are all 4 wins on the road in a row. Thunder, Celtics, Knicks, and Wizards. And now they're finally back at home. They might have a ton of confidence going into this. They might beat Utah. So I would just stay away from it if you're looking to make any bets.
It's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah.
And this is on national TV?
Let me double check.
No, I don't think it is actually. I don't think it is.
It seems like it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What's that again?
It seems like the kind of game that would be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's definitely not on national TV. I think it's the Knicks and Nets, of course.
Oh, okay.
And that's on NBA TV.
Well, let's get into that one. And we can take a look right here. Game time decision for James Harden. So it says he's a toss-up to play. Kevin Durant, I don't think he's going to play. It says he's unlikely to play. Tyler Johnson, toss-up. Landry Shamet is a toss-up. And so this one's in Brooklyn. I think it's really interesting, though. You got the 25-25 Knicks against the big brother, if you will, the little brother who became the big brother in a hurry, Brooklyn Nets. And it's
the little brother who's like way more muscular, way more like who's like taller.
It's it's like Cooper Manning against Eli. Anyway, we got the Brooklyn Nets hosting that one. LaMarcus Aldridge looks like he'll probably start at center. Jeff Green, Joe Harris, Kyrie Irving. We'll see what happens with James Harden. Obviously, keep an eye on James Harden because if Harden plays, I think the Knicks could win by about 12. But if he doesn't play, if Harden plays, the Nets could win by about 12. But if he doesn't play, the Knicks could win this game. Especially the Nets lost the Bulls yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, like the second game straight on the road, or I guess they're back home, but
yeah,
it's the second night back to back. Which I mean, they need to get ready. God damn, this damn aliens. They need to get rid of this damn back-to-back.
Jeez, the aliens are really getting you. Oh, I see what's going on here. We might have to move inside. Yeah, we're going to pause this video here. Some technical difficulties. Is there a way to pause this? Well, I don't know. I'll keep talking at you. The aliens have gotten Hami. It's quite a situation. It looks like they are not going to probe his butt, but they haven't ruled it out either. That's what Woj just tweeted. But luckily, we can move inside into the secret recording studio. This is the laboratory. Not everyone gets a tour of the laboratory, but this is where we do the things we do when we do them. So I'm going to go right over here. And poor Hami. The aliens still got him. But I'm down here rocking my vintage Chicago Bulls here. My phone is too hot because of the aliens. And so until that cools down, it's just going to be me. And so I'll go ahead and go through these lines. The show must go on. I don't know if a pause button exists. So let's take a look at the Sacramento-Minnesota game. Sacramento has actually been really pretty nice lately. De'Aaron Fox is playing some of his best ball. They've lost 3 straight, but before that, they won 5 straight. So it's really one of those what team are you getting kind of situations. I do like them over the Timberwolves though, just because when you look at that matchup, even though Chris Finch has been a solid coach for them, the Kings just got more depth between De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield, Rashawn Holmes turning into one of the more underrated players in the NBA, and I'm turning into a big fan of Tyrese Halliburton as well. I'm going to see if here's Hami. All right. Well, it looks like my phone overheated and the aliens got you, but Woj tweeted that they weren't going to put anything in your butt. Can you confirm that? Oh, do they still have you?
I think these aliens are trying to take over my my space. Sorry about that.
By your space, do you mean your butt?
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. Yeah, it sounds like they're farting at me.
Okay, but your butt's
what
okay.
For the Knicks?
Yeah, I just had to kind of jump off there, and I went into that Sacramento game a little bit. Didn't give a final prediction yet.
Okay.
But the Knicks, I'm gonna give you 2 different options. So if James Harden plays, then I'm going to go 118 to 104. If James Harden does not play, I'm going then that is really a toss up. If he does not play, just stay away from the game. You're asking for trouble. That would be my advice.
I agree.
Yeah, because
I like that score of 118 to 104, right? That's what you said?
Yeah. So if not, then putting a gun to my head here metaphorically, I would say, I don't know why I said metaphorically. Clearly, no one's going to shoot me. But I'd almost go Knicks 106, 104. I mean, basically, I think if you don't have James Harden out there and it becomes the Kyrie Irving show, the Knicks are such a good defensive team, and I don't think that the Nets would have much of an answer for Julius Randle. And so I would be really tempted to go with the Knicks if there's no James Harden. Another thing to keep your eye on is if you like to do player props, Julius Randle right now is minus 13 at 41.5 for points, assists, and rebounds. I think he'd have a real shot at that one. The one I'd feel even better at is he's for points, 24.5 is his over under. And I think that is almost a lock because the Nets still have one of the very worst defenses in the NBA.
And don't forget, Kevin Durant is still a game time decision, but he probably won't be playing this game. He'll probably play the next game or the game after that.
Yeah.
But he'll be back this week, which is exciting.
What's your prediction?
Well, if Harden plays, I still got the Nets. I'll get that same score as you, 118 to 104. If the masturbator, if he decides to stay home today, then I got you said 106, 104.
For the yeah.
If he doesn't play, I got the Nets squeaking out a win, 102 to 97, even if he doesn't play.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, and like we said, this one could go either way.
And you were at Sacramento, right? Sacramento, Minnesota now?
Yeah, so I kind of gave some of my thoughts. Basically, Sacramento's been really inconsistent. They won 5 in a row, and now they've lost 3 in a row. And but they're playing less than good Timberwolves team. Some might say the worst team in the league. I kind of like the Kings roster. Like they're better than their record. Tyrese Halliburton has been really good. Um, but that starting 5 of De'Aaron Fox, Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and Rashawn Holmes, like, no, you're not going to write home to your mom about it, but it's fun. They play fast. And I got this Siberian Husky over here just chilling. He's enjoying the broadcast. There you go. Are you allergic to Timberwolves victories? They're your cousins, you know. Um, yeah, if you're just listening to this on the podcast later, that made no sense to you. But if you're watching, the loyal fans watching, you know about this. His name is Java, and he's named after a computer program. Uh, anyway, why don't you go ahead with a prediction on this one, Hami?
I got the Kings winning by 7, 122 to 115.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
And that's over.
The line on that is 4.5, and so the over and under is 235, and that's the Timberwolves getting 4.5. Okay. The Kings average. How many points do you think they average a game?
I'm going to say the Kings average 113.
Very close. They average 114.8.
Okay.
Now they give up 118 points per game, which is horrendous. Really historically bad defense. Now, on the other hand, the Timberwolves, and I wish there was an easier way to split. We can look into the NBA.com website, has some good tools for that. But who they've been pretty much since Chris Finch. But these are the 2 of the worst defenses in the league. I think you're definitely. I feel more comfortable about hitting the over than I do either one of these teams taking the win. But I would personally go Kings, just money line. I'd kind of stay away from that spread. I think this one's a toss up. I'll go Kings 121 to 118. So we're hitting the over. If Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards go nuts, then the Timberwolves will win this game. But we'll see. The San Antonio Spurs are 9-point favorites against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's a 216.5.
Yeah, this could be. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this will be a great game, but I think the Spurs. I think they'll win by 10 plus.
Okay, so you think they'll cover that? Yeah, they should,
Yeah.
right? They absolutely should. Especially when you look at just how wildly inconsistent the Cavs have been. I did see Kevin Love for the first time all season the other night, though.
Yeah, he's finally back. I guess after what was it, like a couple months?
I think it was only like the 3rd game he's played all season or something.
Yeah, pretty much until like the start of the season.
Yeah, the Cavs are last with 107.2 or 102.7 points per game. And so I think that they're going to have a really hard time against a San Antonio defense that is, well, I guess like middle of the pack, but we all see what happens when they turn it on. I'm going to go San Antonio locks them down 102 Spurs, and 91. Yeah, 102-91. Real low scoring game there. I just don't think that the Cavs have the juice to get this one done. Taking a look at some of their injuries, Jarrett Allen is a game time decision, but it's pretty much going to be Colin Sexton and Darius Garland and Dean Wade, who's turned into an okay player. I didn't really know who he was. He sounds like a my player or like a computer generated player.
Yeah, 2K generated.
Yeah. Looks like Kevin Love's going to get the start, but the Spurs, especially at home, I'm going to call that one a lock. The Spurs should definitely get the win tonight. I'm going to put that in my locks column, and anything I say is going to be a lock. I'm going to probably throw $1 on. All right, and just see what we're looking like from there. But let's call that one a lock. Spurs beat the Cavs, and I'm just going money line. I the spread makes me a little nervous. The Spurs should do it. It doesn't make me super nervous, but 9 points is a lot of points, and there's a lot of parity in this league. Now the Wizards taking on the Raptors, and that's an interesting one. Uh, Two inconsistent teams. You know, I was saying the other night, you never know what you're gonna get with the Wizards. If Bradley Beal doesn't play and he's a toss-up to play, then I'm 100% going Raptors. Fred VanVleet is a toss-up, but Jalen Harris is out, Rodney Hood is out, Kyle Lowry is out, Pat McCaw is out, Paul Watson, whoever that is out. Rui Hashimura is out for the Wizards, so is Daniel Gafford. So it's going to be kind of a weird game. If Bradley Beal plays, the Wizards have a much better chance. But ultimately, I think the defensive uh, capabilities of the Raptors will just be too much for the, you know what they say, defense wins championships. It's not like they're as good as they were with Kawhi Leonard, but now that OG Anunoby is back in the rotation, you got him and Pascal. I think they'll be able to slow down the sometimes hot Wizards and what could at times be an ugly affair. The over under is 227.5. I'm going to go 109 to 105. It'll be close. Don't trust that spread, but I do think the Raptors pull it off at home.
I got the Wizards winning 120 to 118.
Interesting. Okay. And yeah, if Bradley Beal doesn't play, don't even touch it, or just bet on the Raptors. But
yeah,
we got two more. We got the Pistons and the Thunder. That's just such a snooze fest. Such an awful game.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, all the super exciting players for the Thunder are out. Like Dort is a game time decision. Baisley is game time decision. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is out though. I really like Moses Brown lately. I don't even know who a lot of these players starting for the Pistons are. Saban Lee, Josh Jackson. I know Josh Jackson. Sadiq Bey, who's had some good games. Isaiah Stewart, rookie out of Washington. He was solid in the Pac-12 last year. But that's a snooze fest. I have no interest whatsoever in that game. But to make a prediction for ceremony's sake, the line right now is the Pistons are actually favored to win a game. And so I think I guess the Thunder, a lot of their good players are out. I don't know. These teams are both so. The Thunder aren't bad, but like if they aren't playing any of their good players, then they are. But I'm almost tempted to take the Thunder to win this one if you're a gambling man, just because um, they're a plus 123 against arguably the worst team in the league. Both these teams are well coached, bad rosters. It's in Oklahoma City. It's a little bit puzzling. I'm going to go OKC wins this one 106-102.
I got the Pistons up by 7, 103 to 96.
Okay, so you're going the over, or no? We're both going the under. The
Yeah.
212.5. Okay.
Yes.
Final game. This one's a lock. The Suns will beat the Rockets. They are 14-point favorites. I don't know if they'll hit that, but they'll beat the Rockets.
Yeah, I think this is safe to say this is a lock. I got my final score 115-93.
Yeah, I like that. I'll go about 116 to 101. They barely cover that 14. And so that would be still under. I just don't think the Rockets are going to pull their weight to, you know, hit the over on that. So, well, that rounds up the day's games. Now let's get into the huge game. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone knows it. You know it. I know it. She knows it. It's the national championship game between the Gonzaga Bulldogs and the Baylor Bears. A Bulldog. Wait, are they the Bulldogs? Yeah, right?
Yeah, Bulldogs. They are minus 200 on the money line. They
Yeah,
have
I got confused somehow with the Hoyas because the Hoyas are a bulldog, but they're not a bulldog; they're a flower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But Gonzaga, they're actually a bulldog.
And they're favored by 4.5, 4.5.
Yeah, and I think they'll probably win. I mean, I don't know. I remember watching a game against West Virginia that Baylor pulled out of their ass barely. But Gonzaga's just they're unbelievable. That shot Suggs hit the other day. Like they're a team of destiny. This is going to be a perfect season. I just don't see them losing. I think they'll win by 5.
Yeah, I got them by 6. I got Gonzaga 81, Baylor 75.
Wow, so you're right there, but taking the under on the total points of 159.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 77-72.
Gonzaga for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Everyone's saying that they play like a great brand of basketball, and I kind of saw that the other day when I won that Final Four game. I mean, like they look like a team of champions.
Yeah. I mean, they're
It
just
kind of reminds me of the Nationals, where it's just like you just know they just the Nationals championship run, where they're just like these guys just don't go away.
yeah. Um, you know what's interesting is Anthony Edwards is now pulled into the lead for Rookie of the Year odds.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think he's probably going to win it. He's a nice name. He's got some nice plays. He's got some highlight plays, and it's a shame with LaMelo, but
Yeah, it was his
I
to
don't know. I
lose.
mean, Halliburton should also be up there.
Interesting. Let's see what his wow, he's nowhere near the top. Oh yeah,
It's
no,
the
he's
games.
actually second. He's second. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's second.
Yeah. So this is according to the odds with DraftKings. Anthony Edwards is plus 100, Halliburton plus 150, LaMelo plus 200. So those are your kind of top 3 there. What's interesting is Jordan Clarkson is a minus 1430. Looks like he's got 6 man of the year pretty much wrapped up according to the experts there. But it certainly is going to be interesting to see how these go. The top 2 for defensive player of the year is Ben Simmons and Rudy Gobert, and they might as well just call it the Rudy Gobert Award at this point.
That's crazy. Now, these Sixers fans are fighting with Nuggets fans about who's the better center. Now they're fighting with Jazz fans about their defensive player conversation, which really, in the end, it doesn't really matter because I don't think these awards will be announced until after the season, or will they announce it after the regular season this time? Because the award show is stupid.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't watch it. I don't watch award shows.
I'm definitely not watching another NBA award show type of thing because this isn't the Emmys. I hate that shit.
I won't watch the Emmys either. I mean,
yeah, I hate award shows. I'm sorry, but I used to like them, but now I don't like them. And when I liked them like the Grammys or whatever. When I had people that I liked playing music.
I mean, shoot, man, I won an Emmy in college. I didn't go. I didn't go to the ceremony. I did that story on our buddy Josh Hernandez, and
Yeah,
I just went to work that night because I'm like, yeah, I'll have lunch with Rick. That's all I need. And I had lunch with
yeah.
Rick, and it was fine. Oh, David Harrison just tweeted uh his happy birthday, Ben Gordon. It's like a ball is life quote tweet. The only rookie ever to win six man of the year. Some of his best games: 48-5, 45-8, 43 on 8 of 11 3-point shooting, 39 on 9 of 13 3-point shooting, 32 on 9 of 9 3-point shooting,
I was
29
at that
points
game.
on 8 of 12. The 9 of 9.
Yeah.
He was a Piston there, right?
Well, he did that as a Bull too.
Oh wow,
He did that against the Wizards in 2006,
wow.
April 2006.
Okay, yeah. Harrison said he was an absolute nightmare to play against. I believe it. I believe it. Anything else you want to get into, my friend?
I just got you back. Those damn aliens trying to cut off our service.
Oh, I just asked you if there's anything else you want to get into.
Oh no, nothing. I mean, we got through all the games. We got through all the narratives that we needed to get through.
Yeah. All right.
Man, hire us. We got through the narratives. Hire us, you bums.
Who's gonna hire us?
ESPN, but they're bums, so they won't.
Oh, well, you know what I say. If you can't beat them, break them. Or no, is that if you can't join them, beat them? Well, I don't know. We'll do something.
Sit on the balls and just leave.
We'll take the ball with us, and then we'll go home. We'll leave with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll take their ball.
yeah. Yeah. We didn't
That's
break.
why I wanted to be a surgeon. I want to take their balls away from them.
Like, are you talking about Lonzo, LaMelo, or LiAngelo's
No,
already been taken away from them?
no, like just they're reproductive. Like I want them to not reproduce anymore.
Jeez.
I want to take their genes.
Well, what if they wear khakis?
Oh shit! I would think they're khakis too. Don't worry. It's only just a little log. That's all it is.
Yeah, corduroy pants are some of my favorite.
The classic, the cargos. Good for hiking.
Well, yeah, and some other exciting news. I'll be back in Chicago soon, and so we will be able to do more in-person episodes. So, the loyal listeners will have something to listen to or look forward to, rather, coming up real soon. That should be about realistically. I think we might be able to record an episode in person, maybe that last week of April or first week of May.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Glorious. Well, thanks for listening, to everyone. And as always, shout out to our graphic designer, Evan Buttress. We are going to keep his logo that he designed for the second year, and that's going to be our logo forever now. So we're buying that intellectual property, and Hoopstradamus, subscribe or die. That's what we say. Talk to you later. All right, and I have stopped the recording, and now I will end the live stream. Thank you for watching. All right.